All right, so I have a story to tell you guys. Do you remember back in like middle school or whatever? It might have been a little bit before middle school, but it was like when you had the discount version of the lockers, you had the like cubbies, which are basically like lockers, except, you know, they don't lock at all, and you never really want to actually leave anything in there because literally anyone can just go, plop, give me your items in your cubby, and leave. And let me tell you, I have another story that's not related to this at all regarding me stealing Pokemon cards from someone that ended up being fake Pokemon cards. I stole it completely out of their cubby and got caught, but that's not related to what we're talking about today. What we're talking about today is a time when someone brought something that they shouldn't have to school, and as you can already tell by the title and thumbnail, it's something very interesting, and they just tried going along with it. They tried making sure no one knew, but it was so obvious at the end of the day. Now, what was this mysterious object that someone managed to bring into school? A whole entire cat. They brought a cat to school and left the cat in their cubby, dude. Like, how do you manage that? So let me give you a little bit of a backstory here. So we have this particular classroom. The cubbies were inside of the class, right? So as we're learning and stuff, we have access to our backpacks and whatever. They're in the classroom just on one end of the wall. They're on, you know, a completely separated area from the main learning part, and it's just an easy way to go back and forth. Well, someone by the name of Z, I'm just going to call him Z, that's their code name for this video, decided that it would be a great idea to bring a cat to school. However, they didn't just bring a cat, right? They brought the cat carrier as well, except they weren't carrying the cat carrier with them. No, instead, they had their brother, who was in the high school at this time, keep the cat carrier while they kept the cat. And you know what they did? You want to know where they put this cat? Since, you know, they couldn't put it in a carrier, they didn't have the carrier with them, they decided that the best idea, the best course of action for, you know, dealing with this cat was to put it in their backpack and leave it in the cubby. That's not a joke. They decided they were going to put a cat in their backpack while their brother in high school, you know, had the actual cat carrier and just leave it in their cubby. And I didn't know about it. You know, I didn't know anything. I didn't really talk to these people. So I was like, you know, just going about my normal day. But then we start hearing meows. We start hearing meows going on, and we're like, what is going on, right? So we're trying to figure out what the source of the meows are. Look around and everything. Next thing you know, we realize it's coming from one of the cubbies. So we start investigating and we figure out that the meows is coming from Z's backpack. That's right. The cat, we find out, was coming from the backpack, so we end up having a whole entire stop of our lesson and everything, you know, a whole entire pause and everything going on with whatever we were learning at that time, because now everyone's just focusing on the fact that someone decided that it would be a big brain idea to just bring their cat to school that day, you know, they just decided to bring their cat to school. So there was like, you know, teachers and stuff getting called into the room, trying to figure out what's going on, and at the end of the day, what ended up happening was the brother, you know, got called down to the room to basically take the cat home or whatever, I assume, just because, you know, the brother could drive, it was like excused or whatever. But the brother walks in, right? The brother never left the school, but yet they have the cat carrier with them. So it's like, it's just a crazy story, right? Because on one end, you have a brother who is in high school, you know, a few years above you, who's like, yeah, this is a completely fine idea. I'll keep the cat carrier, you keep the cat. What's the worst that could happen? And, you know, we didn't really have any pets in this classroom. I don't even know if the teacher was, like, afraid of cats or, you know, was allergic or anything. All we knew was that, you know, someone decided to bring a cat into school that day. So it was an interesting situation. But the best part about it, right, the best part about this whole entire thing was just the fact that for the rest of that day, the whole entire talk, right? Lunchroom, other classrooms, the whole entire day, the talk was focused around this damn cat that was in someone's cubby in middle school or whatever it was. It might even been a few grades before middle school. It's just that was what the whole talk about was that day. And the only reason I've never forgotten about this is because that's probably one of the most eventful things to ever happen in my school. I know that's kind of sad to say, but it's true. There wasn't really that much crazy stuff that happened except, you know, fights breaking out every once in a while. So it's just crazy to just hear this insanity happening and watch it unfold live, right? Watch it unfold in front of my very younger eyes. So, yeah, I know one of the main topics that everyone had talked about after, you know, the whole entire situation went down with this cat was related to the whole entire world of, was this cat okay? How was the cat going to eat? Was the cat able to breathe in the backpack? Because the backpack, and you know what, I forgot to mention this detail a moment ago, but the backpack was zipped up entirely. So the cat couldn't free roam around this cubby. They were trapped inside of a closed backpack. And that was probably why they were meowing. They were trying to meow to get out of there and figure out what's actually going on. So, yeah, here's the advice of the video. Here is the life advice I want you guys to walk out of this video knowing. If you ever have a cat and you have a cubby or a locker, don't put your cat in the cubby or locker. Like, if you're going to bring your cat to school, might as well just carry it around with you the whole entire day until a teacher says something and forces your parents to come take it away. But if that doesn't happen, you know, just chill with your cat. Don't accidentally try suffocating a cat, dude. That's just what I have to say about that insanity that happened that one day. But yeah, if any of you guys have any stories to tell about like school and stuff, feel free to leave it in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. But with that said, my name's FireMonkey. If you enjoyed today's YouTube video, consider subscribing and support the content I create. And I'll see you champs and champettes next time with another YouTube video. Peace out.